Okay, so we're live. What's up, guys? So we're going to talk about the newly released DJI Mini 5 Pro, and I've changed my live setup this time. I'm recording off the DJI Action 5 Pro so we can have something horizontal rather than using my phone, which I did last time. That being said, obviously overwhelming. I've watched a couple of YouTubers' videos so far. Matthew Brennan seems to be the most authentic and unbiased, I would say. And Potato Jets is out. I just haven't seen it yet. But I want to talk about my thoughts on the Mini 5 Pro. I know that most of you, if you're a subscriber of this channel, would know that I'm in the mid-tier category of the DJI Air 3 and Air 3S. That is the drone I've been flying. So I'll literally be straight up with you first. Is that, am I going to be getting the Mini 5 Pro? I don't think so, because I don't believe the Mini 5 Pro is an upgrade to the Air 3S. It's close to it, but I still think the Air 3S has the edge on the Mini series drones. That's not to say that this drone is bad, it's just new. But let's go over the Mini 5 Pro first and what's new about it. And then I'll give my opinion on if you have a mini drone or an older drone, whether you should be upgrading to this. So first up really is the color's different. It's now like the professional grade gray color, which is cool. I do like that. Changes in colors. I wish DJI would give us options for colors, like for instance, the new iPhones that were released. Gray is cool and everything, but it's easier to spot, especially smaller drones, if they're a different color. What is that drone that the sub-brand of supposedly DJI, I cannot remember what it was called, that was in canary yellow, that really bright yellow? That was nice. You'd probably see that a lot better, especially if you crash it. So the main highlight of the Mini 5 Pro is that large 1-inch sensor. It's the same one on the DJI Air 3S, which is fantastic. It just means higher quality resolution images, more detail, better in low light, which is the main thing. Like if you want to be flying at night, that 1-inch sensor is going to make a massive difference. I know with the aperture being slightly smaller at 1.8 instead of 1.7, but because it's a bigger sensor, it's still going to let in more light. It's still going to be a lot better. It has LiDAR now, so it's within the whole range now of DJI drones. So the Air 3S was the first with it, then the Mavic 4 Pro, now the Mini 5 has it too. Well, it says extended battery life, but I think that is proper sus. Matthew Brennan said he was getting around 20 minutes. I think DM Productions said he was getting around 30 minutes. I believe that's what you're going to be getting, realistic world time flight time, not the proclaimed 51 minutes. That would probably be on the theoretical flight time given on the extended battery, which makes the drone over 250 grams. We'll come more to the battery in just a moment. I have the website of DJI side by side so I can see. True vertical shooting, obviously no brainer, especially for content creation. But we also have this gimmicky rotating gimbal thing. It's a nice thing to have. It's not something I would personally use if I had it. Might just use it for the odd case of showcasing the feature or just having something different in your footage. You can do it already in post. It's just having the actual gimbal rotate means you're not cropping in so much, you're not losing that quality. But yeah, you get that feature, which is nice to have. Upgraded active track, which is always welcomed. We always want to see improvements towards this. Now they've got like a cycling and skiing feature, and you can have customizations on how near and far the drone can track you, which is great. You can already do that with the current set of drones. I haven't got this drone to see what it would be like. I'm guessing there'll be a firmware update, especially for the DJI RC2, to have the Mini 5 Pro on it. So I'll probably I have to do an update for this. That will probably be when I'm back from Greece, by the way. I'm actually heading tomorrow morning. So I thought I'd get this video out now, discuss it. Otherwise, I will be late to the party as always. Lightweight and portable. Right, this one is questionable because it has like the small number 17 next to it. So there's obviously been a lot of leaks that the actual weight of the drone is not labeled on the box. And this is what Matthew Brennan mentioned. And I think the DJI have done this for legality purposes, because if you scroll all the way to the bottom of their website, and I believe it is Where is it? Point 16 here. Product weight may vary due to differences in batch materials and other factors. The actual weight is approximately 249.9 grams. When Matthew Brennan weighed his drone, if you actually go and watch his video, it was 252 grams. And the other contradicting factor was that it's a C-class drone. So if you're based in Europe, C-class drone basically means it's under 250 grams and you technically don't need to do any licensing from what I've seen online. And it also says in this asterisk that it's plus or minus 4 grams either side of that 249.9 grams as well. So I haven't got the drone. If I can get my hands on it or borrowed it from someone, we'll see. I'll speak to DJI Cyprus, but I doubt it because I have tried it in the past. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's still lighter than a mid-weight drone. But yeah, take that as you wish. Let me scroll back up to where I was on the website here. What else was it that was new? So, oh yeah, we have 42 gigabytes of internal storage. That's the same as the F3S, which is actually really good. Because if you forget your SD card, at least you have something there. I prefer to always have an SD card anyway. It just makes it easier when you're taking your photos and videos off and plugging them into your computer. It's just far easier than plugging in the drone. But that's just me. We talk about sea level rating. The other thing that I've noticed, which is great, they have the medium telephoto lens now. So it's like a digital lossless zoom at 48 mil, which is great. Same camera, you can just get a different focal length. And having that compressed image is a lot better. It's why I chose the DJI Air 3 and Air 3S in the first place, because I like zoom. That's just me. I'm a zoom guy. And 70 mil is obviously way better than 48. But this means, if you look on their website, that it's great for portraits. Like, I take a lot of photos of myself with the drone because there's a lot, for me, it's less hassle with taking with the drone than with my camera, because at least I can frame myself using the RC2 Pro controller. Like if I was framing myself here basically, and the controller's down here so you don't see it, then I can click yes, smile, etc. I can do something similar with the camera, but this is a welcome feature with to take portraits, new profile pictures, pictures of friends, having that blurry background, which you can do some stuff in your editing software of your choice. 4K 60, 4K 120, 10-bit video, higher ISO. Like, these are all good improvements. It's improvements in the right direction. Where else are we with? We obviously have a bunch of flight intelligent modes. I'm only going by what's on the website. If I had the drone physically, or if DJI actually wanted to work with me, I don't know why they haven't reached out, but whatever. Maybe it's a follower thing or a view thing. I don't know. I'll be able to have a more in-depth video, a more detailed video. But I can only go by what I've seen on the website and probably from what I've seen from other creators having access to it. So far, nothing out the blue. The main one here is the camera upgrade, which is always welcome. True vertical shooting, I think I covered this already. And this is obviously a pro over the Mavic Pro 4 Pro, because that has a limitation when you're in vertical mode that you can't fully properly fly the drone. There's a bunch of videos on this. I'm sure many of you are aware if you're seeing these other creators, but the Mini 4 is great in this. It has better wind resistance. That's another thing that Matthew Brennan had mentioned in his video, where it's now 12 meters per second resistance, which is great. Better resistance, better stability. I still believe personally the Air 3S is going to be better. It's obviously a heavier drone. It's going to do better in the wind. We talked about LiDAR. There was no focus on the smart return to home like the Air 3S. I'm sure it has it as well. We'll just wait for the videos from creators who have the drone to see if it works as well as the Air 3S. I would love to see a comparison video, actually. I would love to do a comparison video with the Mini 5 Pro and the Air 3S and see how they stack up. So obviously the night flying is going to be better. The night image is going to be better. 360-degree obstacle sensing, great. It does have the non-GNSS return to home. So you do not need, this is like the F3S. So you do not need signal lock or GPS lock before you take off. You can take off without signal lock, and the drone knows to come back. That's something that has to be tested. I haven't even tested that myself, but that's good. Nighttime return to home. So yeah, everything seems to be good here. It's just packaged smaller, so you have a lot more drone. We've got some your quick shot feature, or intelligent modes, I should say, off-state quick transfer, which is really good. So if you put that with DJI Light Cut, which I've already made a video on, by the way, I'll put that in the description of this live stream. It's really handy to just be able to edit on the fly to get some really cool stuff out. I wonder if they've updated the app. Reliable transmission, which is great. We love DJI transmission. Where are we? Fast charging. So if you have the Fly More combo, which I suggest, because then you have more flight time, especially if you're getting, let's say, 20 to 30 minutes real world flight time, you can swap the batteries out. All 3 batteries charge at the same time within, I think it's within an hour, compared to the Mini 4, which they charge one by one. It's the same as the Air 3S as well, actually, or Air 3, where they charge one by one. But that depends on the charger you get. You need a fast charger for that. Normally, they top out around 65 watts output. Would have to look into that specifically. Maybe I can put that into the comments of this live stream. That's everything here. Let's just run through the specs. So it's obviously not available in the US. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I don't know what to say about that. If you are in the US, how are you planning to get this? Are you going to Canada? And will they give you an issue when you're crossing the border, that if you bought a DJI product? Because I'm guessing this might be a thing. Or are you ordering through a third-party website online outside of the US and risking it to bring in? Because I think this is a big problem. I'm looking at this on the UK website. I'm based in Cyprus, so that's in euros, but DJI Cyprus is like a complete separate website rather than the same .com one, the global one that we use. But this is at £689 here. So that's actually not bad price. I don't know if that's with the Fly More combo. 249.9 grams with the asterisk of +4- grams. I think this is going to be a great drone, personally. I'm just looking through the specs here. So obviously the vision assist obstacle sensing is now 1 lux, same as the Air 3S. It's funny how they put the comparison next to the Air 3S and not next to the Mini 4 Pro. They're trying to put it to the mid-tier. Its theoretical flight time, 36 minutes, versus the Air 3S is 45. And it's the same transmission. So overall, really good drone. If I had the money, I would probably go out and buy it, because my mini drone is still the Mini 2. I'm actually going to be making a video when I'm back from Greece with that drone, so stay tuned for that one, because it's going to be an interesting one. As most of you who have subscribed to this channel have followed me because of the Air 3S and Air 3, I made some really detailed videos and comparisons with these videos. So a lot of you are in this boat, likely. The Mini 5 Pro is not an upgrade to the Air 3 or Air 3S. Maybe the Air 3, well, it's SF because it has that 1-inch sensor, right? So if you're with the Air 3, however, you still have the second focal length, optical, not a lossless digital zoom. The weight helps as well. So if we compare it to the Air 3S, it is not an upgrade. I just think the Air 3S is that perfect sweet spot in between, especially when it comes to stability, even line of sight. When you're trying to look at the drone, it's just a better all-round drone. I've mentioned this before. So if you're in that category, I don't think it's worth upgrading. If you have the Air 3 or Air 3S, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you're planning on getting this and why. Now, if you've got the Mini 3, I would say upgrade. If you're tight on money, though, that will be at your discretion. I would look to see if you can get it on like a buy now, pay later plan, but make sure that's interest free. Do not go and buy something that you cannot afford and then you're paying ridiculous amounts of interest. Like, check before you buy, and check many stores. If anything, go to ChatGPT and see what it comes up with. And this is obviously if you're not based in the US, because that's another story. I'm talking about if you're in the UK or in Europe. Buy now, pay later schemes are really good because you can spread the cost of that rather than forking out front, and then you can get the additions of the accessories as well, which I didn't mention actually. The new filters aren't a screw off; they're like a clip on, which I like because that way you won't get dust in the actual camera unit. I prefer that. I don't know how secure the clips, but we'll see. So yeah, if you're a Mini 3 Pro, I would definitely upgrade. Mini 4, especially if you bought it recently, is going to be a harder sell. It's like, how much do you want that 1-inch sensor? If you are just a recreational flyer, I would say you're fine with the Mini 4 Pro. It's still going to be good drone. It's still going to be good quality. It's just how much is it worth it to get rid of that drone? Unless you sell it, of course, and then the extra you put money towards the Mini 5 Pro, sure. You have to weigh up your options. Like if you're a professional and you're making money from this, then obviously you're going to get it, but it's compact. The main thing for me is that sus weight limit, where please weigh it if you buy it and tell me how much it is in the comments, because it's kind of contradicting with the C0 drone that they've given in the UK and EU categories, that is under 250. But this is another story with the regulations, where we have advancements in technology that are much quicker than what the regulations can keep up with. And the regulations are always behind. They always take forever to be able to update. Personally, I think it should just be under the 900 grams or 1 kilo, whatever it's going to be, as a C1 drone, which is great. DJI have labeled this as C0, which I'm not a fan of, because it's C0 drone. It says that you do not need any licensing. You can actually get this and fly without it. You just need to register the drone. You don't need any credentials. That's for what I read for the EU. I can't remember for the UK. It should be similar, but their rules are a mess. They're always changing. The US is a different story because you don't use those classifications. I think these regulations need to be updated and unified. I don't see it as a big problem. What I don't like about it is saying that you shouldn't get your license for the Mini 5 Pro. But that license really does help. Even the basic stuff. If you take the UK CAA drone license, it's not hard. It's like 20 or 30 questions. And it just gives you a basic understanding of what to do and what not to do. By saying it's C0, you get some dickhead basically buying a drone, completely ignoring what you can and can't do. Just the basic principles, like don't fly over 400 meters or 122 meters. These people are what ruin the drone hobby for many. But yeah, that's why they've put it as C0. But hey, still, that's pretty cool. They don't know how they've done that, but really good. I don't know what else to say, because we've covered everything. This has been a bit of a rush as well. There isn't anything else I can see here. Is there any accessories that come with it? I have a split screen here, and no one's joined this live stream. That's hilarious, but you'll probably watch this back when it's more convenient. So obviously we got the Intelligent Plus flight batteries. You've got the DJI ND filters. I'm sure Freewell will have a set as well, which will probably have more in between, because these ones are, where are they? ND8, 32, and 128. So those are big jumps. They don't have a 16 or a 64. I don't know. They're obviously Freewell or other brands will probably do like mist filters, LPR filters, in betweens, polarizers. They're going to be flooded soon. If you are going to buy it, I do recommend the RC2. It's a great controller rather than having your phone, which can throttle the screen, especially when it gets hot, especially if you're in hot countries. I don't know if you can hear the fans blowing. It is hot right now. Get an SD card, spare props, always good to have. Do we have the prices of these things? Well, it's going to be based on UK, right? How do I figure this out? It's kind of annoying when you don't have a full screen and you're working off a split screen. Camera drones, Mini 5 Pro. So with the RC2 combo in British pounds is £979. So it's just under £1,000, and you do get the ND filters, which is great. The shoulder bag, fantastic. Theoretically, how much would that be? So in euros, it's like just over 1,100, and in USD, it's about just over 1,300. That's just me doing a quick exchange rate from pounds. Obviously, that could wildly differ depending where you are. But yeah, not bad price. But if you are wanting to buy this drone and you want affordability, try and look for buy now, pay later. That's what I have done in the past, and it just helps spread the cost. But I think this is a great little drone. If I had the money, I would buy it, but I've actually invested in the route of FPV drones. So I'm waiting on the Darkstar 16, and there is another drone on the way, but I can't say anything about that. I don't know when the release of that drone is, but there is another one potentially coming when that happens. I think this is good. Maybe we'll leave it here because I have to pack and go to Greece. If you want more behind the scenes content for this channel, sign up to my weekly newsletter called Weekly Focus. It will be covering like what I'm working on, what's happening in the future, creator tips, and more, essentially. Check out my latest video for the FPV POV that I'm going to be starting a new series. And then I have FPV light painting video, which will be out next week. So let me know your thoughts on the Mini 5 Pro. Are you buying it? Are you not buying it? Literally, just drop your comments in the comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. How do you end this live stream now? There it is.